back inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do. They don't want to know.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Isaiah McKenzie is back deep for the Bills. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick in 2018 from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And now it's 2nd down. And for this offensive unit that we'll see here in just a second, T.J. Yeldon is certainly someone to mention.
Came out of Alabama with a lot of attention, but earned it. This guy is better and better at a lighter weight. Shifty back who can finish with power.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 6 catches for an even 100 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Allen's throw is complete, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Allen again. And that's complete to Brown. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Yo.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen, and the grab by Croft. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Here are the starters defensively for the Jets. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. New York set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trent Murphy has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's got it complete to Anderson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
I don't know about you, but I love a good undrafted free agent success story. So let's take a look at Robbie Anderson, the wide receiver, because in 2017, 63 catches, 941 yards, and a strong candidate for the Pro Bowl. Didn't quite get there, but was knocking on the door. How about that for an undrafted free agent out of Temple, now making good in the NFL?
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. A check on the numbers receiving for Anderson last week. 7 catches, 104 yards, and a score as well.
And he's trying to prove the adage, it's not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A look now at the Buffalo defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. On 2nd and 10, Darnold throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To the air again, Darnold gets it to his running back, Cannon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 19.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. They'll run on first down with Cannon, and just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Allen off the play fake. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Allen now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle, taken in. And the ball is knocked out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. The first carry for Josh Adams. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They run on 2nd down with Adams. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. These two teams all tied after 1. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off of play action, Darnold. And Pascal's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is Adams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Still a few inches short of the 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Trent Murphy in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
But no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Allen now looks to throw. And Diggs has it. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Allen finds Croft as tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing now is Allen. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And New York set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run on first down. Cannon, and he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Faking the give, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Darnold now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Cannon. Jerry Hughes on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
Back to Cannon again on 1st down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On 2nd down now, it's Adams. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, Cannon. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And Crosby puts it through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
And our attention turns now to T.J. Yeldon. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's 1 catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On 2nd down, it's Adams. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From his end zone, 3rd and long for Darnold. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for New York. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. McKenzie now to return it. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Allen. And this one's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to. It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. To throw again on second down. Darnold, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism, but without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
Here's Matt Weil now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. To return is McKenzie. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. T.J. Yeldon working his way back out onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. You know, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. It's complete to Diggs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 20-14, the final score. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Ben Roethlisberger leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. 35-7 was your final in a one-sided affair. In our game, it was Sam Darnold who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet, they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On play action, Allen.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Here's Allen.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, it's Yeldon. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. But it appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Darnold now to throw. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll get 7 out of it, but it brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now T.J. Yeldon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Yeldon.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, he finds Yeldon.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. New York set to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
From his own goal line, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down. Play action. It's Darnold. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but now it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Adams. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Darnold on 1st down. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
40 inside. Guys, Mike, 49. Come on.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And they'll run it here with Adams. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Adams. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now it's Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Darnold from the gun to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
The kick by Crosby is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. To throw again. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. And the grab by Croft. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
57. Mike, 57. Here we go.
First down, and they're going to throw without him. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And Diggs has it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, Allen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Allen. That one complete to Yeldon. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. T.J. Yeldon. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. an extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A great Monday night to wrap up the weekend football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trent Murphy, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Darnold now to throw. Gets it to his running back, Cannon.
Holding offense.
That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Allen off the play fake. It's complete to Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Darnold. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets out making some noise. It's 3rd and short. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On first down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Trent Murphy in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. On 3rd down, Cannon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for New York. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage how would you say it, consistent one, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Allen now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Allen will try again on second down. He finds Yeldon. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Bills on third down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll run with Yeldon. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The drive starts with a handoff to Adams. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. And Anderson's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Bills, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a